19 parlays. Y'all know what that mean? Last season, we hit 19 parlays during the football season. Are we going to do it again? We about to find out. What up, Jay?
What's good, man? Football season right around the corner. You know, it's that Big Ten weather coming, bro. I'm excited. You got college pro coming. You got UFC, basketball right around the corner. Hey, man, best time to be alive.
It is, man. Because most of the sports still going, man.
Hmm.
Like you said, we got the baseball still running. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be sports everywhere. Go to the bar, go watch TV. It's gonna be a different sport on every single TV.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to come back, man. We had a successful season last year on the college football show. We're gonna hope we're gonna have another successful season. Let's see. We're gonna
Let's
jump
get it.
over to the first preview. We're gonna start off in the Big Ten Conference. The Big Ten Conference. And this one, I got Oregon to win the Big Ten. I got Oregon to win the national championship. I think those are two bets to make. I love Dante Moore. I think last year, what was crazy about last year is he had two bad games all year, and it was against Indiana. Now that you look at it, everybody who played Indiana had bad games. So I felt like
Yeah.
he got knocked down last year. Indiana, that team is gone. They're not gonna be that this year. I'm not gonna say Indiana not gonna be good anymore, but they're not gonna be that this year. But I don't think they're gonna 15 and 0 no more. I think that dominance this year is gonna be Oregon's team. Oregon got one of the top five D lines, one of the top five secondaries. They got a top five quarterback. Actually got a top five or top 10 running back room, and their receiver room is in the top 10. They loaded from top to bottom. I know the coach be kind of suspect in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like just like last year with Miami, Cristobal was suspect in the playoffs too, you know, in the past. But his team was so good last year. He made it far enough. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but he made it far enough. The only reason he did lose is because of his quarterback. I watched the spring game. Dante Moore looked legit. He didn't took steps forward. I feel like it was great that he came back and didn't go pro. A lot of Oregon transfer. A lot of Oregon players could have went pro. They came. Remember Ohio State 2 years ago when y'all won it? That's
Yeah,
what
I
they did
remember.
this year. Yeah, that's what they did this year. They all came back to win this on film and analytically everything. Oregon to me is just the best team by a mile. They not. I guess the polls don't think so because they got Ohio
Yeah.
State number one and
And
they
then
got
number
Oregon
two.
number two. They got Oregon number two. But I think these are very good bets, man. Well, how you feel about your Northwestern bet?
Well, one, I like your Oregon bet. I
Okay.
really think I definitely think they're making the playoffs, and I think they could. I don't expect them to go out in the first round or anything like that. I think Oregon is solid. The one thing I will say is they just in a gauntlet, man, and having to fly out here, they're gonna drop a game in the Big Ten. Cause having to come this far across country, bro,
Mhm.
in October is something they are not built for. And that's what I'm interested to see. But as far as me, man, I took the easy way out. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. Northwestern, bro, Northwestern. I have no idea why everybody's so high on them. Is it because Aiden Childs went there? Aiden Childs. Remember, a couple years ago when they snatched him up from Oregon State and he was coming to Michigan State, he was supposed to already be in the league. He was supposed to be a first round draft. He's at Northwestern. There's no way in hell they win in 6 games, bro. There's no way that team could have turned. Do they even have night games at Northwestern?
I don't think so. You know they got that new stadium this year.
Oh, okay. So they might have something under the lights there because I know when they go on the
Mhm.
road is the only time they're under the lights. I just can't believe. I know it's a free agency pool now, but I don't think Northwestern has the money, the resources to put together a qualified team. I know their schedule ain't that tough, but again, any team with Aiden Childs quarterbacking, I got to take the under. I just have to. So I'm taking them under 5.5. I think that's a real good bet.
So this one, so real quick, I know I jumped off ahead of schedule. I jumped off Oregon too fast. So we're gonna jump back to Oregon and jump back to Northwestern real quick. I do see where they gotta go to Ohio State late in the year. It's a travel game. It's gonna be colder. But if you look at their last game, the cold game, they got Washington at home, so you ain't gotta really worry about that. They travel across country to play Michigan State. They can like play backups and beat Michigan State.
That's
They
true.
play Michigan at home, which so they ain't got to worry about that crazy travel in. And then they play Oregon. They play Ohio State around in November.
I
Before
don't
that, they
like
got
that.
Northwestern, Illinois, Nebraska, UCLA, USC. So yeah, I would say 11-1. I would say they might take that. Ohio State, they got. I think Oregon gonna go undefeated, but if they was to lose, it would probably be the Ohio State.
Okay.
The one thing, the reason I think Oregon gonna go undefeated is they got the best D line in the country. And you remember Ohio State lost to Indiana because of that D line. D line was dominating Ohio State's offensive line last year, and I think Oregon got that D line that Indiana had last year, and so I think that's what's gonna do it. How do you feel about Indiana this year, man? I know your boy. Hold on, my quick. I'm jumping. I jumped too quick. Let me get back to Northwestern. I want to go to
Okay.
their schedule for you to see what you feel about their schedule since you say under 5.5. So I want
Yes.
you to count W's and L's, man. They
All right.
first game against San Diego State,
Where's it at?
Northwestern.
I'll give him that win.
At home versus Colorado.
Lost.
Okay. I don't know, man. Colorado, yeah, we think different on Colorado. We'll get to the Big 12 in a minute.
Lost. This is
Um,
lost.
well, I give them an L against Indiana. They got to go to Indiana. They're going to be a
Lost.
blowout. They at
Lost.
home versus Penn State.
Lost.
At home versus Ball State.
Win.
So that's two. They going to Michigan State.
That's a toss up. You know what? I'm gonna be favorable. I'm gonna say that's a. I can't see them beating Michigan State at Michigan State, especially with him coming back as bad as it went for him. I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell you that's a loss.
At home versus Rutgers.
Loss.
Okay. Oregon, I'll take the L on Oregon. Yeah,
Loss.
They're gonna lose to Iowa. They're gonna lose to Ohio
Loss.
State.
Loss.
Minnesota.
Loss. Where are they? Are they in Minnesota?
Yeah, they in Minnesota.
Loss.
Yeah, this might be a good bet, boy. Bro, I mean, it might be my bad. It might be a good bet, bro. My
It's
bad,
good.
man. I ain't say I don't know how that came out like that, man. Got me sound like I'm calling you the wrong name, man. I ain't that. Boy, you
Yeah.
good bet, boy. Come here, boy. I
All
don't know how
right,
that
that's how
came
it
out
was.
like that, man. That sounded wild, man. I apologize in advance in the
No, we
future and the
good,
past for
bro.
that one. But bro, that's a good bet, man. It looked like they're under 5.5, man. Because
Is there,
Aiden Childs is gonna be he a turnover machine.
of course, and even if I give him two of those wins, he's still at four. Even if I give him Michigan State and Rutgers, that's only four wins.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
why
like
it's
that.
5.5,
I like
unless I
that.
missed something.
No, I like that. I'm liking it. I ain't like it at first. I'm not gonna bet it, but I like that though.
Even if they beat Colorado, they still at five.
5. They have
Where you
5.
finding the sixth win at?
Nowhere. No, because they're not going to Michigan State and winning no matter what. Yeah, Penn State gonna drag them. Iowa gonna drag them. Oregon gonna drag them. Ohio State gonna drag them. Illinois is gonna drag them.
Yeah,
Yeah, Indiana gonna drag them. Yeah, so I see San Diego State. I like you said, Colorado, Ball State. That's
Michigan State
4,
and Rutgers. Even
and
if I
that's
give you Michigan
5.
State and Rutgers, that's five.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So I love that bet. All right. That's the question I did jump in advance on by mistake is Indiana, man. How you feel about Indiana? Because the quarterback they have is Hoover, and you was down on Hoover last year with TCU.
Yeah, I was real down on him. I don't like him at all. But what we have seen by Signetti is like when he get a hold of these guys, he turn them pro level.
Yeah.
I like the receiver in March coming down from Michigan State. And the other thing is, man, I think sometimes these teams take their coach's personality. So even if they take a step back, they still gonna
Mhm.
have that fire and desire in them. Pause. I think, man, I think they still gonna be tough. I think the Big Ten is the most top heavy conference
Mhm. Mhm.
in the nation, bro. If you really break it down, because you got Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon, right?
Mhm.
And then the second tiers are like right on their heels. You got USC. Penn State has the easiest schedule I think I've ever seen in my life.
Mhm.
And if Michigan's quarterback get it together, they right below them. You know what I mean? So I just think it's tough, but I think Indiana still wins. Think they win 10 games, bro. 10-2.
All right. And what do you think about your boys,
But
Ohio?
my pick to win the oh, they winning it. They winning the Big Ten. That's what I was gonna say. My pick to win the Big Ten is Ohio State.
Okay. Okay. They win. So their win total is only 9.5.
Yeah, people bugging, bro, because they got people scared of that Texas game. They gonna go down there and beat Texas, shut the whole country up, bro, and then it's just gonna go down. Like at the end of the day, when you really kind of break it down, I know people get really down on Ryan Day because he has moments of lapsing, right? But if you
Mhm.
really break down his record, he really punishes cats. Like he
Yeah.
really wins all this shit. So
Yeah.
to me, he's I mean, you could say Indiana's coach, but after that, it's him. He's a better coach than Dan Landon.
Okay.
So yeah, I like him coaching. And we talented everywhere. You got Smith, you got Bo Jackson, you got a Chris Henry's son out there. Julian, he had a season. He was damn near up for a Heisman.
Mhm.
Not like not he was a Heisman candidate. Like I mean, he wasn't a leader for the Heisman, but and he coming back slowly under the radar, bro. I like Ohio State to take the Big Ten
The only thing
again.
The only thing Imma, pull back on is let's check the schedule real quick because their schedule wasn't too tough last year.
Okay.
What's his saying?
Yep.
Julian Sands, yeah, as soon as he got into the playoffs and started playing tougher competition, like Indiana in the championship game, was it they lost Indiana in the playoffs too, didn't they?
No, they lost to Miami.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm okay, so, yeah, Indiana championship game, and then Miami, so they played 2 good teams. I think their schedule was pretty soft last year. But let's see what their schedule look like this year. They got first is that Boise Ball State they playing first, or they going straight to Texas? Oh, they play Ball State at home. Okay, we got a W.
Win.
Texas, I say a W, but it's still
W.
we'll see. I don't think it's
W.
that easy. Kent State W.
W.
At home versus Illinois is W.
W.
They gotta go to Iowa. I'm
W.
going they
W.
Iowa tough, man, but Imma say W. Let's see, they got Maryland,
W.
W. Indiana, I'm not gonna give that a W on Indiana.
Okay.
So,
Where are we at? Are we in Indiana?
y'all going to Indiana.
Okay, I'll take an L there. Go ahead.
So, they're going to USC, I would say W.
W.
Oregon, I think Oregon could beat them.
W.
I
Not
think
at
Oregon
home.
can beat
They not
them.
coming to Ohio State. They're not coming
Listen,
to Ohio State and winning.
listen, we gonna probably champ chain that game then. But
Definitely. It's
I
probably
think
gonna
they
be
can take an
28
L.
degrees.
They can take an L in Oregon. They can take an L, not in Oregon. They can take Oregon, Indiana, and Texas is gonna be pretty tough. So I could see them possibly going 10-2. We'll see. We'll see. I'm
11
not
and
going to
1.
be against you. I say 10-2, but like I said, I think Oregon going 12-0, man. So we're gonna just have to champ
Okay.
chain that. We're going to champ chain
11
that.
and
But
1.
Speaking of Michigan, your future is Michigan under 8.5 wins, man. Why you love that?
Bro, all you gotta do is bring up the schedule, bro. They gotta, from what I can tell, from what I remember, I already had like 4 losses for them, bro. I don't think they beat Oklahoma. They don't beat Ohio State. I know they got Oregon on the road. That's
Mhm.
3 losses right there. Them
Yeah,
going to Penn
Indiana.
State is going to be. Don't they have to go to Penn State too?
No, Penn State coming to them.
Okay, Penn State. That's a tough one. Indiana, like, bro, that's and I'm not saying that's 5 L's, but they already teeter-tottering, bro.
Yeah,
If you lose
yeah,
4 games, that means you're 8-4. And
yeah.
it's over 8.5, bro. Out of those 5 teams, right, that we just named, I think they lose 4 of them. And don't they have to go to Washington?
I don't even think they play Washington.
All right. Do they got
They
USC or
they they
Washington on there?
UCLA traveled all the way across the country. They gotta go
That's
to where's UFC? Do they got USC? I think they avoid USC too. Yeah, they
okay.
avoid USC too. So I was just asking you what you believe, but I'm on that too, man. I'm on that too. That's why it's minus 180. Watching the spring game, they still need receivers. For Michigan to win the game, they're gonna have to just run the ball. Their receivers cannot separate. I don't know why Michigan cannot recruit receivers. They literally they're gonna have a problem passing the ball. They got the quarterback um can't hit the side of a barn, man.
Damn.
Like, and you would think he would have got better, man. You would think Underwood would have got better from last year. I literally, if you watch the spring game, he's last year, I think he was like one of the 5 most inaccurate quarterbacks in the college football last year. After watching him in the spring game, he's going to still be one of the 5 most inaccurate quarterbacks in college football this year. The coach, I think he's over his head.
Damn.
You trying to tell me so and you know this, Jay. It's
Mm.
different from being in the Big 12 and the Big 10. Just because
Yes.
you was at Utah, you know what I'm saying, in the Big 12 consistently winning 8 games, that's not good enough to come to the Big 10. What? So I already think their coach is suspect. I think they missed out on a good coach. It could have been a couple other coaches they could have got. If like they would have got like Chesney or something from UCLA, one of them young cats. I think he's too old to be coaching for one. Should have retired. They got rid of him from at Utah for a reason. They kicked him out of Utah. He ain't leave. They said you leave. We're gonna take our DC and make him the OC. I meant not the OC, but the head coach. So the defense actually lost a decent amount. They lost like 3 or 4 starters, I think, 3, 4, 4, like that transferred out. What I have found out. The run game gonna be decent. I think the loss to Haynes that went to Georgia Tech is kind of huge. The run game gonna be decent, but yeah, you're right, man. Michigan is gonna be it's like Michigan, USC, Penn State. They're gonna be in that little area. So yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on this one, man. I'm heavy on that. Michigan under 8.5 wins, man. Now speaking of UCLA, I mess with Bob Chesney, man. I mess with Bob Chesney. I respect him the fact that you know how hard it is at any school to follow a legend. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's great. And it's even harder at JMU. He followed the great Signetti at JMU and took him to the playoffs. They didn't even go to the playoffs when Signetti was there. Now, I'm not saying he's better than Signetti, but that is legit. And
Okay.
we laughed them off the field before the game started. It was a 21-point spread versus Oregon in the playoffs. They had so much of a talent mismatch, man. On film, so much of a talent mismatch. They actually in that second half could have gave up. You know what I'm saying? You know how that is. You getting blown out. They in the second half came back. Like they fought so hard. And what I'm on is UCLA got a soft schedule. UCLA this year has one of the I don't know why the Big Ten. So the Big Ten so top heavy.
Yeah.
But they got a big gap between the rest of the team. So if you don't play on top three, or only play one out of top three, you got an easy schedule in the Big Ten. The thing about the SEC, which we'll talk about later, they actually got a more even conference. You know what I'm saying? Their bottom not
Right,
as bad as
right,
Big
right.
Ten's bottom. Yeah, they not as bad as Big Ten bottom. So let's take a look at UCLA's schedule. I think so. UCLA they go to Oregon, which is an L,
That's a
but
L.
they could beat Maryland.
Yeah.
They can beat California. They can beat San Diego State, Purdue, Maryland, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Nevada, Minnesota, and then I told you I think Michigan not as good as people think they are, and they play USC at home. You know what I'm saying? So he come in with a weak schedule, and if you tell me JMU can compete with last year's Oregon, and he brought like what 40 like 35 transfers, that JMU team can beat the bottom of the Big Ten. You know what I'm saying? Or at least compete
They
with them.
didn't really compete, bro. They came back at the end, but
They
I mean, bro,
they
that
came
wasn't
back in the third
competing,
quarter.
bro. That
They
wasn't
came,
I mean, Oregon was never in danger of losing.
but what I'm
There
saying
was
is
never a time you thought Oregon was going to lose that game.
I'm not saying that though. But what I'm saying is the talent discrepancy between JMU and Oregon. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like the talent discrepancy between right now Oregon and like a Michigan or even lower than Michigan. Like they was probably like a Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Or those teams. So what I'm saying is they didn't get just blown out the way. They could have lost 60 to nothing. You see what I'm saying? So when I say compete, I don't mean compete to win the game. They didn't give up. They had heart, and they actually scored. Will put up like what 20 or 30 points on Oregon defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that level of playing with Oregon is the same level of the bottom of the Big Ten. You see what I'm saying? So I'm
Mhm.
just saying UCLA is like JMU last year was like the bottom of the Big Ten this year. I feel like the JMU team last year could have came in the Big Ten and beat some Michigan State, some Northwesterns and stuff like that. So now that he's stepping up to UCLA, we saw. I don't love Nico, but we saw Nico take Tennessee to the playoffs. So he already got his QB. He bringing over his transfers, who I think are good enough to beat the bottom of the Big Ten. So all he got to win is 7 games. I'm not saying he about to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? I'll beat Indiana win 11 games. I just feel he gonna cover that 7.
I mean, for plus 104 is not a bad bet. Look at that schedule, man. I just don't know because there's a couple games on there. I'm not sure they're gonna be favoriting. Like, does Minnesota come to them or do they go to Minnesota? I don't like that. I don't like when teams have to go to Minnesota. It's a weird place,
It is
bro.
a weird place. It is a weird place. They do got to travel to Minnesota.
I don't
So
like that.
that's
Like
gonna
some
be
of
tough.
these games, and also if you catch Maryland in the first 5 games, everybody know Maryland always start off like 5-1 or some shit
I'm
like
not
that.
worried
I don't
about
know why. So
it.
they
They
got a
do.
couple weird games. They could do what you're saying, but they better take care of business early. They got to
They
jump
do.
out 5-1.
They do. And they need to beat Cal. If they could
They
beat
could
Cal,
do that.
yeah, if
They
they can beat
could.
Cal, so if they beat Cal, they got San Diego State, Purdue, Maryland next. So they got a chance to beat
Maryland is at
4-0.
home, or do they go cross
No,
country to Maryland?
it's in Maryland, but I don't like Maryland
I
though.
don't like that.
I
That's
don't like
early in the
Maryland.
season. They usually pretty good early in the season, bro. They
I
usually a
don't.
different
Yeah,
team early. Is
they
when the
are.
weather drop is when they fall off.
The good thing about that is they do got to travel to Maryland, but it's in September. We're still gonna be warm. They ain't got to worry about the cold.
Okay.
They'll take a L at UCLA. They at home versus Wisconsin, and they're at home versus Michigan State. So even if they drop Maryland, If they beat California, San Diego State, Purdue, that's 3. Wisconsin, Michigan State, that's 5. Nevada, 6. So now all they gonna have to beat Minnesota, Illinois, or Michigan. So it's gonna be tight. I think they can go 8. I think they can get 8. I think they're gonna get 8. I think they're gonna surprise some people and get 8 on that one. You got anybody else, man, in the Big Ten you want to talk about?
Um, nah, man, not really, man. I see Iowa. Be careful when people go to Iowa, bro. A lot of times I pick Iowa as a dog. They play people
Yeah,
tough at home.
they do.
But the rest of these teams don't matter. To be honest with you, man, it's really Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon. And I think you got to watch out for Penn State. They got a super easy schedule this year,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. All right, let's jump on to the SEC, man. We're gonna go over my future bet first. I got Georgia to win the SEC. I think Texas got the most talent, I think, overall in the SEC. The
Okay.
only thing is I'm not with y'all on Manning. I still think we're gonna call him Dan Johnson until you prove anything else. If his name was Dan Johnson, he would not be a Heisman favorite right now. Last year they said, "Oh, okay." Last year at the end of the season,
He
he
got
took off.
better. He
But
took off at the end.
who do you play at the end of the season? Nobody. And then we
He beat Texas
and
A&M.
dog, did you look at the stats? Did you see the stats? He was terrible in that game.
Okay.
That the team beat Texas A&M, but he didn't beat Texas A&M. He barely completed a pass in the first half. That was a terrible game by him. We not talk about results as far as winning the game. He played terrible against Texas A&M. And the only games he had good stats was against like with Vanderbilt and teams that was in like the bottom 40 of defenses. So Georgia this year brought like 6 or 7 starters back on defense. It's the most starters he ever brought back since he's been there. We already know Kirby, a legit coach. He's
Yeah.
shown it. He a legit DC. He makes the best adjustments out of anybody in the second half. The only thing about Georgia that I don't like is their receivers, man. They're gonna have to find some receivers. They got a good running game. They bigger than everybody. So yeah, I take them to win it. The reason I also don't like Texas because of the coach, man. Like,
Last
I
year
don't
wasn't
know,
his
man.
fault though.
You said what?
Last year wasn't his fault. I mean, it was Arch Manning, and he had to play him. If he could have went with his other dude, I bet you they would have got it done. I don't think he's a bad coach like people
Oh no,
give
no.
him
I'm
shit.
not saying he's bad. You go ahead,
What
my
you
bad.
saying?
No, sir. I say I'm not calling him bad, but you can go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were saying Texas' coach was bad. I must have misunderstood.
No, I said I think
Okay.
Texas coach is bad when it comes to big games. Like when it comes to playing the
Oh,
Georgias. Yeah, no, I'm definitely no, he's not a bad coach. That's blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? He's a good coach, but we see every year when he get to them the champ like the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Versus what who was they playing in the playoffs where they almost lost? Arizona
oh
State.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's something
yeah.
about him. He's the South James Franklin. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really scared of Texas because of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got Georgia. What you think?
Man, if I had to pick somebody to win the SEC, I have to go with Ole Miss, man. I got it. Their quarterback is 37 years old, bro. Like he was out there, he was giving people problems last year, bro. He looked like one of those ones. They recruit well. They got a team this year. This is their best chance to get it. Another team I watch out for, man. I don't think LSU brought Lane Kiffin over there for nothing. So I'd like to see that turn around. I'm down on Alabama. I'm really down on them. I don't. I think it only starts to get worse until they get my man up out of there. This ain't Washington, bro. He don't have a feel for the SEC, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
don't.
ain't. I think it's Georgia and Ole Miss are the top two, bro.
Okay, okay. So talent wise, like I said, Texas is stacked, man. Texas is stacked. Texas actually brought in what's his running back name? Smothers, Hollywood Smothers. You remember him from NC State?
Yeah, yeah.
They brought in Hollywood Smothers and they brought in Arizona State starting running back last year, rushed for 1,100 yards. So they brought both of them in. Then they brought oh boy from that went to Auburn. You know what I'm saying? Remember he came from Auburn. I forgot who he played the year before, but he went to Auburn, Cam Coleman. But remember, he was terrible last year because they didn't have a good quarterback. They brought him in, they brought most of their defense back. Like talent-wise, Texas is stacked. Ole
Okay.
Miss, um, they do got the All-American QB. They got just about the best running back in the country. I would say he is the best running back in the country. Um, what's his name? Was it Kawan Lacey? Yeah, Kawan
Yeah,
Lacey. He's the
Lacey.
best running back in the country. They lost some talent at receiver. They coach is a defensive mind, so their defense should still be good. But I don't know. You don't think it's going to be a fall off between Lane Kiffin taking the leave? Because Lane
No.
Kiffin didn't call the plays last year. Lane Kiffin, the Lane Kiffin's
Yeah,
OC
that's
this
what I'm saying.
year,
He called the plays last year.
but the dude who called the plays
Mm,
went to LSU with Lane Kiffin though.
which is fine. I think so. The thing is, at the end of the day, I mean, quarterbacks can't do it all by themselves, but
Mhm.
he in college they kind of can do more. We saw this dude come in from Ferris State,
Yeah,
wasn't supposed to play, and really turn the SEC upside down.
yeah.
So I'm like, bro, another year. He's what, 24?
Mhm.
This stuff is gonna be moving in slow motion. He's gonna be able to throw these cats open. And at the end of the day, is Ole Miss, bro. Like in the South, they're gonna have somebody out there with speed for him to throw the ball down the field too. So I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I guess if I thought like if the smart bet is probably Georgia, bro. They got the
Mhm.
best coach. They got an experienced quarterback. Georgia don't lose the big game. I get why you picking Georgia. I'm just kind of leaning toward Ole Miss because I think the odds are better
Okay.
and they're gonna be right there, right underneath Georgia. It's really gonna be them, Ole Miss, and Texas. And out of them, I probably trust Georgia the most, but with the
Mhm.
odds, I probably take a shot on Ole Miss to be honest.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm a wait and see type person. So since I dude was a so Ole Miss kept way more talent than I thought. I thought more people would have left when Kiffin left. So he did keep more talent than I thought. I want to because what happened last year is Charlie Weiss Jr. was calling the plays. Most people thought it was Lane Kiffin, but Charlie Weiss Jr. The reason I want to wait and see what Ole Miss is because last year when Kiffin left, Charlie Weiss stayed back at Ole Miss. He was still calling those plays. So I want to see what the new OC, what Ole Miss offense is going to look like. So I'm not against you on this one, but I can't touch him because it's too much new around to see what's going to happen. I like Georgia because they bringing the same back as far as coordinators and head coach, and then Texas doing the same thing. So that's why I like them too above it. One of the teams you want to watch out for is Florida. We'll see. Because Florida actually in their spring game, they got talent. I don't they got talent. So they got a lot of new players, a lot of new faces. I'm not saying Florida gonna win the conference, something like that. But if Florida keep it up we're at right now in the next couple years, I want to watch out for y'all want to watch out for Florida. Bama, yeah, I'm with you with Bama. So with Bama, I'm not gonna be down on Bama because he's consistently won like 9 games every year, no matter what happens. And so
Like
I'm gonna
every
give him the benefit of the doubt. You see what I'm saying? Like it don't just Washington, he gonna at least win 9 games. You think he gonna go lower than that?
I mean, ain't their over under is 8.5, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't
okay,
I
yeah.
don't know. He might not get nine because didn't he go 8-4 last year? Or am I wrong?
No, he wouldn't have made the playoffs at 8-4.
No, you're right. He did make the playoffs and they got spanked. I forgot they made the
Well,
playoffs. So no, he
everybody
didn't
got
go
like,
8-4.
that Indiana team. We gotta discount you can't count
They
anybody playing
got
against
beat.
Indiana
I
team
forgot
last
how
year.
bad they got beat. Okay.
So Bama got East Carolina, Kentucky, and Florida State. Those three W's. Even if I'm right now, I'm giving the coach the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? It's got a new quarterback. They bring in the Williams back
Okay.
at receiver. They lost Bernard to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Who the
Bama,
quarterback now?
um,
Is Ty Simpson gone?
yeah, Ty Simpson gone, and so that's why I'm telling you I'm trusting the coach because the quarterbacks I don't even know who the hell they are. They actually haven't really played anything.
Oh yeah, we
Um,
going under, bro.
they got Keelan
We going
Russell.
under, bro.
They got Keelan Russell and Austin Mack.
Yeah, I'm going under, bro. I don't trust that shit. 8-5, shit could get dicey. That means they got to go 9-3. I don't trust it, bro.
All right, let's see what we got. We got, like I said, they gonna get East Carolina, Kentucky, and Florida State. If I just trust the coach, I'm giving them 3-0 on that. They got
They
South
gonna lose one
Carolina.
of them games, bro. Watch them lose one of them. I can see them. That's gonna be. That's all I would need. They gotta lose one of them, and I'm golden.
So the problem is their schedule. They got South Carolina next, and they got Mississippi State.
Oh, good, man.
So
Mississippi
right now
State.
we in how many games we got? One, two, three, four, five. So even they lose one of them games, they what 4-1 right now. Georgia lost. Tennessee, I think they could beat Tennessee, man. Tennessee, you talking about don't have a quarterback. Tennessee got a no name at quarterback. The quarterback that Tennessee wanted actually didn't come. I forgot who it was. They tried to keep that dude from last year as an extra year, and I don't think he was able to come back. They got A&M.
That's if you look at this, even the bums they gotta play is tough, bro. South
Yeah, they got
Carolina, that's
LSU
not no
next.
walk in the park. Mississippi
It-
State ain't no walk in the park. Yeah, man, I'm still under, no matter how you spin it, because none of these are really gimme games, except for like Florida State, bro.
I think that gimme games is Auburn, Chattanooga, Vanderbilt,
Chattanooga's a
Tennessee,
gimme game.
Mississippi State, Florida State, Kentucky, East Carolina. I'm not gonna bet it. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be
Uh,
close. 8 or 9. I can see 8 or 9. But the
bro, I
only
forgot.
thing I'm telling you is I'm just trusting DeBoer. DeBoer has just been trustworthy the last 5. He ain't been trustworthy to win the championship or win the conference, but that dude win 9 games every year as much as they win 11 games almost every year. Like, dude, just I gotta trust dude. So I'm not gonna really jump off the bandwagon now. We'll wait and see on that one. And I'm not against your bet at all. All right. This is a bet we're both on, man. People
Yeah,
forget
Oklahoma.
people
We
forget how
forgot.
good
I almost forgot they was in the SEC. I was looking at helmets like, where's Oklahoma? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Eh,
man. People forgot how good Material was last year before he got hurt in
he
that
got
Texas
hurt. Yeah.
game. Dude,
Yeah. Once he got
Material,
hurt.
yeah, he got hurt. I watched the spring game. They outstanding, man. They got talent. And they
He
got
got
this
a
dude.
running back now.
Yeah,
He
yep,
got a
yep.
running
They
back
they
now.
running back look legit. They got Trail Harris from like West Virginia or something like that. Um, let me double check to make sure. I think that's let me just double check my notes real quick on that one. Where's Oklahoma? It is was it Trail Harris? Trail Harris from Virginia. Yup, from Virginia. Dude is legit. So they got the speed receiver they had last year, the women that won that took the 80-yard touchdown versus Ole Miss. Dude, legit.
Yeah,
Now they
he
got
from Eastern Michigan, ain't
I think so. And they got Trill Harris now. So they got 2 receivers who can separate. They got a good running back. You know their defense is gonna be elite. Material about to have some wide open people to throw the ball to this year. So I think 7.5, I think it's kind of low for Oklahoma. But when I saw 7.5, um, it just stuck out to me. Like, ain't that kind of low? How you
Yeah,
feel?
that's very low, bro. I
Yeah,
honestly, I'm starting to think about it, bro. I might even take a flyer on them to win the SEC because I forgot how high I am on Oklahoma, man. I
yeah,
like it. It's a tough place to play when you got to come there. Long as it really for them, the whole season really depends on. And this is gonna sound crazy because they could depending on how they start in these first 4 weeks, set this season up. If they can beat Michigan in week
yeah,
2 and then
yeah,
beat Texas in week 4, not only do they set themselves up gravy, they kind of knock Texas and Michigan way down on the list. Because if
yeah,
Texas loses to Ohio State and then loses to Oklahoma, look out, bro. They can't lose no more.
yeah.
So Oklahoma, yeah, man. If they get through that first 4 weeks and they 4-0 out here, look out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, they undervalued based off the offense, how they played last year. But like I said, Trail Harris gonna be a big upgrade. And one thing we know about receivers, man, when I do the CEO notes, if you can separate, that is a big difference, man, because now Material get to sit back there and hit wide open receivers. He's not a great deep passer. He's low to mid, but it's gonna be a lot of slants and a lot of outs and stuff. He's gonna hit this year, and they're gonna take it to the house. And like I said, the running back looked very good on film. Other than that, yeah, that's about it, man. A&M, how you feel about A&M? Like, he's another trustworthy coach.
Very trustworthy, man. But unfortunately, when it comes to the SEC, like you said, it's a more, I don't want to say thorough conference, but their top to bottom is stronger than the Big Ten, where the
Yeah,
Big Ten's
yeah.
top 3 are like top 5 teams, where SEC, when you go all the way through it, man, they probably got like top 25 teams in there.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
somebody got to get left out. For me, it's going to be Texas A&M. That still means they probably go 9-3, 8-4. But yeah, bro, look at everybody else we just talked about. We just named 5 teams. It's kind of
Mhm.
loaded. And
Yeah.
then we sitting here like Alabama probably gonna win 9 games. So there, it just the math don't math.
Yeah.
I can't think nothing about Texas A&M. And then we got Florida on the rise, and we talk about
Mhm.
South Carolina. I know they supposed to be a lot better. So
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing on Texas A&M, bro.
Yeah, I'm honestly down on Texas A&M. If you think about last year, they had a weak schedule. They had a cakewalk schedule. Who did they play last year that was any good? They played Texas, and that was it, wasn't it?
Texas,
I think
and
they
they
literally played.
lost.
Yeah, and they lost. And then they played what, Miami, and he couldn't pass the ball downfield.
Yeah,
Like, I
that was
oh,
bad.
they did beat LSU, but LSU turned out to not be what we thought they was. So
Nah. That
I'm not a
quarterback
Marshall.
sold.
Yeah, I'm
That
not a
quarterback
Marshall.
sold.
Yeah, he did. He did. I'm not a Marshall Reed fan though, man. I think this year, let's see what the schedule look like. They got to play. That's what we got to look at. They got to play Texas defense, which is going to be legit. They got to play Oklahoma. Bama defense is going to be good. They got a good secondary, at least. They got to play LSU. So the problem is they schedule ain't that hard again. They got to play Missouri State, Arizona State, Kentucky, LSU, Arkansas, Missouri, Citadel, Bama, South Carolina, Tennessee. They got a cakewalk schedule, man. But I say Oklahoma gonna beat them. I say Texas gonna beat them. That's 2 losses right there. They can lose they got to go to Bama. That can be an L. That can be 3. So I think Bama's secondary gonna be good enough to slow down Marcel Reed because he's not a real good passer. Um,
All right.
and then you got Missouri defense,
Oh,
LSU
they gonna
defense.
go crazy on Missouri, bro.
No, Missouri got a good defense, man. They gonna beat Missouri because Missouri quarterbacks suck. You remember that dude last year that Lane Kiffin? You remember Lane Kiffin backup quarterback last year?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, dude was
Oh,
bad. Remember dude
oh,
came
oh,
in the
he at
game?
Missouri now?
He that quarterback, dog.
Oh, but Missouri
Austin
tough,
Simmons.
man.
Austin
You always
Simmons,
got to
man.
you just got to watch. Do they play Missouri in Missouri?
Let me check. Yeah, I think that dude got to go to
I don't like that. Yeah, they not winning 9 games, bro.
they might not, but Austin Simmons bad, man. Y'all gonna find out. Y'all probably looking at me now. How y'all gonna say Austin Simmons bad? He didn't play that much last year. But for one, he lost the starting quarterback
Yeah,
job
he
to a
lost to
legit
starting
backup
quarterback.
quarterback. But even in the Ole Miss game, Lane Kiffin threw him in the game to throw off the defense. He threw an interception. Yeah. Also, too, we need to talk about Auburn. Auburn trying to do the Cincinnati thing. You know, when you bring over South Florida's whole team.
No.
Um, I don't think it's gonna work this time in Auburn. And one thing about what did you say about Auburn and Auburn quarterback? What you told me last year?
Hey, is he back?
No, but what you tell me about Auburn
Oh,
quarterbacks? Period.
they all terrible.
I don't know what is about Auburn and the quarterbacks.
Yeah,
But
bro.
you said that you was like, man, Ted, I don't know what about Auburn, but they all be terrible. And they
Look
got
at
another
Bo
coach.
Nix.
Yeah.
Bo Nix was trash until he got out of there and took that 5th year at Oregon. They
Yep.
was benching him and everything, and now look at him in the
Hmm.
NFL.
And
He a borderline top 12 quarterback.
yes,
So it's something in
yes.
the water down there.
So they got Byron Brown who came from USF, and when he actually played a good team last year in Miami, he didn't do anything. So the problem is with Byron Brown, he actually threw like 4 interceptions in the spring game. Like, how do you throw 4 interceptions in the spring game, man? That's crazy. So what I'm just saying is a UCF coming over, the coach coming over, they think, oh, it's gonna be peaches and cream. They said, I forgot who I was watching, but they said Byron Brown went to the Peyton Manning camp and was terrible. Like he was that bad when you watch the quarterbacks. You like, who is this terrible quarterback? He couldn't hit anything. So he's gonna be at Auburn. I'm letting y'all know, do not touch Auburn anybody. And if y'all want to at me, just don't touch Auburn because y'all gonna lose some money if y'all do. All right, and Auburn fans too, y'all don't touch them either. All right, we gonna jump over to ACC, Miami, man. I'm just gonna speak on what I spoke on, and I'm gonna say it like this: Miami has a chance to be this year's Indiana. I know that Miami went to the championship last year, but we all know the reason they didn't win the championship last year is because of Carson Beck. Carson Beck, I mean, we know that. They made it
Damn.
the way that Miami made it to the championship, if y'all saw, they avoided Carson Beck. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They made sure he had to make no plays. So they played real good defense. They ran the ball and they made sure Carson Beck couldn't lose the game for him. So they won the championship in spite of Carson Beck. And so just like Indiana the year before, they had that quarterback. He was saying just like Carson Beck. He could throw the ball downfield. He throw in a phone booth. He only could throw the ball about 10 yards, kind of like Carson Beck. They end up getting Mendoza. See what happened. These dudes then upgraded the same way Indiana did last year. Mensa is about to go crazy. We already know they got a good run. The dude running back came back this year. Malachi Tony going to be a Heisman
Yeah.
candidate. And they also brought in Duke's number one wide receiver last year. So they brought in Mensa's number one wide receiver last year to come to Miami. They about to be loaded on offense. The offensive line is their only suspect, parts, but me and Chris Ball know how to make offensive, do offensive, I'm sorry. You know how to produce offensive linemen. So I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna trust the coach on that one again. But their defense, they lost 2 studs. Miami right now has 3 top 40 NFL draft picks from their D-line still. So their D-line gonna be stacked. They brought back just about their whole secondary. Miami is about to run through the ACC. Now, last year they slipped up, and the games they slipped up against, they lost to Louisville, and then lost to what was that, SMU that beat them last year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And guess what
Yep.
happened in both those games? Carson Beck threw interceptions.
Uh-huh.
So Malachi Tony gonna be so wide open. This is gonna be crazy, man. I'm telling y'all, put everything. Well, he like Ohio State. You like Ohio State to win the championship this year?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I mean, it
Um,
only makes sense. The only reason I'm not on Miami, bro. They got an easy schedule. They'll be in the playoffs, man. There is nobody else in the ACC worth talking about. Like you could try to trick me into saying like SMU or any of these other teams. Clemson, no. Uh,
No.
Syracuse, they just got a head coach that talk that shit, but I mean they're not good. This is a cakewalk, bro. Miami's coming out of here. This really, it to me, this isn't even a Power Four conference. I'm looking at these helmets, bro. Like Virginia Tech, James Franklin's down there, Duke, Georgia Tech. I don't know. Yeah, it's Miami, bro. I don't know if they win the national championship, but I like Miami to win this ACC very easily.
All right, so make sure y'all bet that heavy because y'all gonna once realize that when me and Jay agree, y'all need to run to the window. We're gonna make y'all a lot
This,
of
this
money.
conference is terrible. They need to just separate that shit. Everybody north of Virginia, just come to the Big Ten. Everybody south of Virginia, just go to the AC or go to
So
the
I
SEC, bro. And just go get
so
punished. That's what you just need to do.
so I don't think it's as bad as you say because I think Virginia Tech is gonna be on the come up, but I also think Louisville and SMU is gonna be that second class. I think Louisville and SMU normally gonna win around 8, 9 games. They're not national championship, Big Ten with Georgia and all them. But I think I don't think they trash, man. But I do think as far as the Miami, they are a big step ahead of the rest of the. They it's like Texas Tech in the Big
This is the
12 right
weakest
now.
conference in the Power Four, bro.
You think they're
It's
weaker
the
than the Big
weakest.
12? The Big
Yes.
12?
Yes. You got
Uh,
Miami. You got Miami. So they're gonna be number one. So they better
I
than
like
everybody
I
else in
like
the Big
SMU
12.
though. I like SMU.
Okay. BYU's better than SMU. BYU is better than Louisville, bro. Houston is probably better than both of those two teams.
I'm
Now, and when I keep going down the list, I might put Arizona State over some of these teams. They're bad, but they got a team they got one team in their division that could, or excuse me, in their conference that could compete for a national championship. So that brings their ranking up. Big 12 don't have nobody that can compete for a national championship, in
well,
my personal
ACC you meant.
opinion.
You meant ACC. Oh, Big 12 don't you said Big 12 don't have nobody or ACC?
No, I don't think Big 12 has anybody that can compete for a
Okay.
national championship.
Okay.
ACC has Miami. That's the
Gotcha.
difference.
Gotcha. All right. Like I said, it's all about these long shots sometimes with the good eyes, but I would definitely put 100. If you put 100 on Oregon at plus 800 and 100 on Miami at plus 1100, I think y'all gonna get a profit, man. We're gonna find out though. But yeah, like I said, I think James Franklin gonna have Virginia Tech. I think he's gonna have them competing pretty good this
When the
year. I
last
just
time Virginia Tech scored a touchdown? Like all they do down there is block punts and get safeties and stuff. Man, I'm just being honest. Last time they've been any good, I think. How old is Tyrod Taylor? That's the last time they had anything worth a damn going on down there.
yeah.
So yeah, man, James Franklin can recruit, so he'll have that team turned around in no time. But I think it's gonna be
This
tough. And we
yeah,
didn't even
this
talk
year.
about Bill Belichick at North Carolina. So,
Oh yeah.
but they're
This
supposed to be terrible too. So,
Yeah, this might be his last season, real quick. But yeah, I think VT that's the future though. But they said he been recruiting though. They said as of now, VT, he got some recruits. They said he got mark my don't I want to quote this wrong, but I think he signed more 4 stars this year already than they did had in the last few years. You know what I'm
well, he a
saying?
man.
So
That was never the problem though. He's always been a master recruiter. Even if you look at Penn State, all them times he couldn't win the big game, he's always had a quarterback that was like on the verge of being a 5-star until he played in these big games and fall down. He always got a DN going to the league. He always got a
yeah.
recruiting ain't his issue. Is winning these tough games.
So the reason I brought up recruiting is
But I
you just
mean, the AC is soft, so I'm seeing what you say. He could get 7.
yeah. Yeah, so what
Mhm.
I was saying is you said how bad the conference is. So if he can recruit like he did at
Yeah,
Penn
yeah.
State, then he's gonna be right behind Miami, you know what I'm saying, in this conference. So that's what I was saying. Yep,
But
yeah,
even
that's what I
being
was saying.
behind Miami is 8-4. You know what I mean? But which is good for Virginia Tech because they haven't been
Yeah,
that in years. So I
yeah,
get your point. We on the same wavelength.
yeah, definitely, man. If he can win 8, 9 games throughout the,
That's a win.
he'll
That's a
retire at
win.
Virginia Tech. Yeah, he'll retire at Virginia Tech. So
Shit,
I did
7 wins. 7 wins for them is a successful season, in my opinion. Seven
yeah,
wins for Virginia Tech would be successful.
yeah. But he gonna outdo that though. I think he gonna be a perennial 9 win
This
pick.
year?
No,
Oh,
perennial, just
I'm
over
talking
time.
about
Over
this year
time.
is
Yeah,
successful. If he can get to 6 or 7 wins, bro, they need to shake his hand. He need to be allowed to go to any spot, get a free steak. If he can get to 7 wins with that Virginia Tech, they've been bad for
yeah,
like years, bro. So
yeah. So in the Big 12 conference, man, I didn't have any bets in this one. I can give you some leans. I think Houston, y'all need to watch out for Houston. I really think y'all need to watch out for Houston. I think they're a sleeper. They're gonna catch actually Texas Tech early when the quarterback is gonna be injured. So y'all definitely want to watch out for Houston, man. Willie Fritz, man, got a good track record of making turning teams around. And they won what 10 games like 9 or 10 games last year, just out of nowhere. And then they quarterback, what's his name from Texas A&M? He was bad at Texas A&M too, man. He actually had him playing pretty good. What's Houston QB name? You know what I'm talking about?
I know who you talking about, bro. But I saw them last year. I'm not sold on him because I saw him like they won a lot of games last year, but when they got on that prime time game, was it BYU? Somebody spanked them pretty good in prime time. Where I was just kind of like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, Connor Wigman, man. I couldn't think
yeah,
of his
I'm
name off the
alright.
top of my head. Yeah, Connor Wigman. I was doing some research on him. He actually ran for like 600 yards last year. So I'm gonna trust the coach on this one. I'm gonna trust the coach. Houston actually brought back like 3 out of 4 defensive backs this year, and they actually got a DB from Stephen F. Austin, who was the best DB in like the country last year. So I think their defense is gonna be good. Wigman is so the problem with what I like about Houston is Houston's gonna have a good secondary, and a good back seven. To beat BYU this year, you're gonna have to stop them from throwing the ball because BYU receivers they don't have any good receivers this year. BYU gonna be defense and running the ball, and if you can stop that, you can beat BYU. So BYU got to play anybody. Like when BYU played on Notre Dame, they're not beating Notre Dame. They ain't gonna be able to pass the ball. Notre Dame got the best secondary in the country. And so, that's why I think Houston got a chance in the Big 12. So I will lean Houston. I will put some money on Houston to win the Big 12. I think if they can catch Texas Tech early with the quarterback, with a third string quarterback, because they lost the first one, the second one hurt. If they can catch it with that, they can get that W. I think they'll be decent the rest of the season. Texas Tech, once they get their backup quarterback back, so Texas Tech in this conference is like Miami. You know what I'm saying? That the talent is here, and then everybody's talent is down here. The only difference is that Texas Tech lost their quarterback before the season started. But their team's talented enough. Texas Tech will make it to the conference championship again, just off talent. You like any other teams in the Big 12 or dislike them?
Man, the only thing I like BYU. I like BYU a lot. I think they're gonna run through this pretty easily. I'm interested to see Utah because last year they had Utah was playing solid defense. They just never have enough offense to get it done. If they fall down early in games, it seems like they can never dig themselves out of a hole. So I'm
Yeah.
also interested to see Arizona State. That
Okay.
quarterback's coming back, man. He's supposed to be all world. I know he has a couple receivers down there. I mean, he lost his main one, of course, but
No,
I'm
no, he
interested.
gone. He gone.
I thought the quarterback came back.
No, he at LSU.
Oh, okay. Well, I knew he wasn't in the league. All right. Well, then,
Yeah.
no, I'm not worried about Arizona State. We'll get him out of there.
Yeah, no,
Um,
he at LSU. Arizona might be decent, man. He a decent coach too.
I don't like them, man. I don't. This is gonna sound real bad, but I don't like the way he recruit, bro. I
For real?
don't like the cats he recruit. Even that quarterback. That quarterback. Everybody thought Arizona was gonna be straight last year. Remember, he was throwing the ball to the number one receiver down there in Carolina,
Mhm.
and he looked like he was a real quarterback. And then when it opened up, and he didn't have somebody he could force feed. He looked like trash, bro. He got
He
to.
didn't look like trash. Why did he look like trash, man? Like, they won like 9 games last year, didn't they? Like 8 or 9
Bro,
games?
it wasn't an impressive nine. I thought they went 8-4. I'm sure they went 8-4. But I saw him look bad. If you beat Colorado and some of these teams that went good last year, they don't make you
Yeah,
good, bro. So
yeah.
like I'm not impressed. And I that dude had to be like a fifth year senior. So either way, I'm not checking for Arizona. The only other
For
team from the
Peter,
Big 12,
yeah.
huh?
They won 9 games last year. They won 9-4.
9-4. Okay, so we one off because I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
9-3 in my head, but
yeah.
either way, it's all good. The only other team I'm gonna keep an eye on is Colorado. I mean, I don't think they can win I don't know what the fuck is going on out there. They're not getting the recruits or whatever. I don't think they can win the conference, but I think only having them there over or under at like 4 games is very disrespectful to the Hall of Famer. So I kind of want to see how that play out. TCU, no, no. The rest of these teams are whack. Iowa State, they whole squad left. Yeah, bro. Cincinnati,
What
no.
about Kansas State?
Hell no. I'm not big on Avery Johnson, bro. I don't like how they set up out there in Kansas State. If they get behind by 10 points, they can't come back, bro. He's just a
Mhm.
runner. He's a runner that he's a halfback pass option, bro.
Mhm.
I don't like that. Nah,
Gotcha.
none of these teams. BYU. I guarantee you BYU is winning this conference, bro.
Nah, man.
I guarantee it.
we gonna have to champ train that then.
Guaranteed.
I'm on the
Guaranteed.
opposite.
Look at all these teams. I'm looking at helmets. The only other team that has a shot is Houston. Yeah, bro. Give me BYU versus the field.
Okay, well,
And
give
they
me
coaches, and they
what.
coaches better.
Well,
Yeah, I got BYU, bro.
we got the first champ chain
BYU.
of the season. We got Mr. CEO got the field. UFC Jay got BYU.
Man, what
We
does
got a
BYU
long
stand
season.
for? What does BYU stand for? Beating youngins ugly? Yeah, bro. That's what it's gonna be, bro. Beating youngins ugly.
Champ
BYU wins this
chain.
division, bro. Wins this conference, bro.
Champ chain.
As
All
a
right,
matter
we
of
got
fact,
the
yeah, I'm taking champ chains. And when they win this conference, I'm gonna come on here. What's the champagne Ross drink? That blue joint. I'm gonna come in here with blue champagne for you, bro. BYU beating youngins ugly. That's what it's
Okay.
about to
All
be.
right.
I
We got that.
guarantee that.
We got
Champ
that
chain.
first champ chain. Yeah, we got that first champ chain,
Champ
and we're gonna
chain.
laugh at the end of
I'm
the
with it.
season, dog. When BYU don't even make the conference, when we don't even make the conference.
What? They don't even make the conference. What? Who is who?
I'm just joking about that. I'm just joking about that. But
Oh shit.
I can't pick BYU to win a conference, man. They don't have no receivers, man. I don't think they got a talented receiver, and I think you
No,
need
their
that.
quarterback, man. Last time I saw, they had a quarterback wearing like number 47 out there. So I know they ain't serious about passing, but I don't care. That's how weak the Big 12 is, bro. They can run that old Georgia Tech triple option, bro. They defense is good enough. That coach be getting more out of them cats than he's supposed to, bro. To be honest with you,
I agree
bro.
with you with that. I
And
agree with you with that.
I know they're gonna be well. I know they're gonna be well coached. They're gonna be disciplined. They're not gonna turn the ball over all crazy. Now against Notre Dame, they're gonna lose.
Yeah, yeah,
But Notre
yeah.
Dame is a sleeper team, not a sleeper team. Notre Dame is a national
And
championship
they ain't
contender.
gotta beat
So
Notre Dame either to win their conference. You know what I'm saying?
no, they
They're not
don't.
even in the
So
conference.
it
Yeah,
means nothing. I
yeah.
got you.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna jump over to Jay's future parlay, man. We got Boise State 9+ wins. We got Northwestern under 5.5 wins. We got Michigan under 5.5 wins, and BYU 8+ wins. So we know why you own BYU,
Michigan
Michigan
under
under.
8.5.
Yeah, I got it's 8 and a
Oh,
half, and Northwestern is 5.5.
yeah.
Speak about Boise State.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be wild if you ride this bet with me, bro. They they start the season. I think it's Oregon and somebody else. They should start 0-2 and they shouldn't lose another game, bro.
Okay,
When you see that Pac-12 they in, bro, all of it, they will be favored in every other game. They should not lose another game, bro.
so
They
we
should
got
either end up in the conference championship, win that shit too. 9 games is easy for them.
okay. So first game is Oregon.
Yep, loss.
Then we got Memphis
That's
win.
a potential loss. No, Memphis scores a lot
No,
of points. But go
Memphis
ahead.
coach went to Memphis coach went to Toledo or something like or somewhere. No, Toledo coach went to Memphis. Memphis coach went somewhere else, and Toledo coach who's
Oh,
underperformed at Toledo for a long time. He the coach of Memphis now. They
so
got
if that's a loss, it's
South
better. Win,
Dakota. So that's two. Western Michigan
win,
3, Utah State
win,
4, Fresno State
win,
5, Washington State,
win,
Texas State,
win,
Colorado State, Oregon State.
win,
Yeah, you're right. San
win,
Diego State.
win, win, win.
That's a good parlay. I like that parlay. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though I don't think BYU gonna win the championship, but I do think or the conference championship, I do think they're gonna get 8 wins. So I love this parlay, bro. I like this one. This plus 485, man. Y'all need to play this one. Y'all definitely need to play this one. I got the big boy, man. It's only 3. It's not easy, of course. It's always hard to because you cannot win a conference and still win a championship in these days. But I'm gonna
Yeah,
take Miami to win the ACC. I'm gonna take Oregon to win the Big Ten. I'm gonna take Georgia to win the SEC, and we got plus 2100 plus 2150. I love that. It's not gonna be easy, but I can see that going through the hoop.
hey, y'all got to take Oregon out of there, bro. The Big Ten is Ohio State, bro. Everybody know that.
And
Everybody at home
you're
know
an
it.
Ohio State fan, so we gotta don't take that
Ohio
with a grain of
State.
salt. Everybody know you're an Ohio State fan, so take that with a grain of salt, man.
Oh, I'm very biased. I'm super biased when it comes to the Big Ten. It's Ohio State, bro. I'm biased, full bias.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You got any last words, man?
Uh, yeah, bro. Real quick, like I said, I like Boise State. We didn't get to talk about Notre Dame. We didn't put them on there.
Oh yeah, because they in the day in their own conference by themselves,
They're
man. How you
independent,
feel about
but
Notre Dame?
their over under is crazy. It's like 11 or something like that. They can only lose like one
They
game,
they
bro.
schedule they schedule is
Week.
I
It's
wish they would
very
get in the
weak, bro.
conference, man. That's why I be forgetting about that dudes, and they stacked too, man. They
Yeah,
stacked. They got the number one secondary in the country. You know they got the number one cornerback in the country, and he like they say he the best cornerback like the last 10 years. Then came out of college, like that dude legit, man.
Notre Dame gonna be a tough out. That's a team that can win that can win the national championship.
So they
Like
got
for real.
Wisconsin, Rice, Michigan State, Purdue, North Carolina, Stanford, BYU, which is a good game, but I think they better than them. They got Navy, Miami gonna be tough, Boston College, SMU, and Syracuse. So their only two tough games is gonna be Miami
They
and
don't play
BYU.
USC.
Nope.
Oh,
You
they
know
going
he backed out of
undefeated,
that.
bro.
You know he backed out of that. The UFC coach. He didn't want to. He
Oh,
took them off the schedule because he wanted the easier schedule.
that's smart though. He in the
But
Big Ten now.
that's
He can't
almost
do
weak.
that shit.
That's almost weak as Jaden Daniels. Get out of here.
Hey, bro. No, no, I'm with him. Hey, yeah, I'm with him, bro. Like if I was Texas and some of these teams that's just missing the playoffs, I would take them out. But Notre Dame, bro, shit. I wonder how much it's probably like minus 125 for them to go undefeated. So it's probably not even worth it. They about to go
Yeah.
undefeated.
No, they got
Unless
an easy
somebody get hurt.
schedule.
And if somebody get hurt, they only lose in 2 games.
And then
Um,
make sure y'all look out for Larry Fitzgerald's son, man. He at Notre Dame. He legit.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Look out for Larry Fitzgerald's son. He at Notre Dame. He is legit.
Hot take of the year. I think Dabo gets fired after this year. Dabo
I-
Swinney. I think he done in Clemson, bro. There ain't
So
no motion out there, bro. None.
So I'm not going to disagree with you because I honestly think he's not really a great coach. I think he's a above average coach. I think he just came in at the right time before everybody started paying their players. And he was, maybe we know people were paying players before he's supposed to be paying players because as soon as everybody was able to pay their players, he actually did the worst head coach job last year I've ever seen in my life. This
Yeah,
dude won what 7 games or something like that. You
yeah,
know how many people he got drafted? He had like 8 NFL draft picks. He had like 5 in the first 3 rounds. How is that even possible? How do you have like 8 NFL draft picks and you only win 7? That is bad coaching. You can't, and you in college, dog, where the talent overrules everything.
bro. You saw last year his ego, man. Like the man was over there having wild press conferences. Like, well, I mean, if they're not grateful for what I've done, we don't need the fans. And then he said, what was the
Mhm.
other wildness? He was saying a lot of threw his quarterback under the butt. Like he was going crazy, bro. You could tell that's a man that like the superstardom of being a coach. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And to me now, like he can't keep up with what's going on, bro. He just can't. He don't know how to talk to people
Mhm.
and like you said, I'm pretty sure they was paying players under the table like the alumni was. He probably didn't
Mhm.
even know about it. Now that it's
Mhm.
legal, and he over here like, I don't want to give him this money, I don't want to give him that money. It looked like that whole situation is gone bad because Clemson
Yeah.
used to be a national powerhouse, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's got ugly. Is that did their quarterback come back again? He could.
No, they got a new quarterback. They actually didn't people was ridiculing him because they said he didn't go to Portal for a quarterback. He's like, I'm going homegrown train my quarterback. So whoever the backup was is the starter now.
Where did old boy go? Did he go pro?
I don't think he made it I don't think he got drafted. Or
Damn, he
you know
gave
what?
up on him.
Did he? Let me check. Let me check. Did he get drafted?
What's his name? Cave Clupson or some shit?
Okay,
Klubnik?
Klubnik. So the Jets took him, but I don't know if he got fourth
Okay.
round. He got drafted in the fourth round.
Okay, I was gonna say
So
he wasn't
hold
bad,
on.
bad.
Let me see. I'm about to search this. I gotta search this. Clemson 2026 draft picks. I want to see this because this is crazy. Klubnik got drafted too.
Damn,
Clemson tied the school record by having 9 players drafted in the NFL draft last year,
that's crazy.
and he won like 7 games.
7 games, 6 or 7
9
games.
players in the NFL draft, dog. He's just not a good coach. And we laughed at him. Remember the beginning of the year, man, when they lost to like Syracuse or something. But
Oh
he's
yeah.
not a good, like you say, he's not a good coach, man. He came around, he had a whole bunch of good recruits, whatever, whatever. But now when the playing field even, now these days you have to coach now because a lot of people got paying players and a lot of talent is more even.
Re-
So
Remember, he the one who told them cats when they drafted Deshaun Watson that was like drafting Michael Jordan. And we
yeah,
see how the fuck that turned out.
yeah, yeah. We definitely see how that turned out.
I don't know what he got going on over there, but I think this is his last year, bro. Unless he's not winning down there. Yeah, bro. I think it's a wrap for him, bro. But he need a
All
fresh
right.
start. It's time for him to go.
All right, definitely, man. Make sure y'all check out UFC Jay and me on the UFC show weekly, man. We've been on fire. We've been on fire. We hit a plus 1100, a plus 1300, and in the third week we missed a plus 1600 by one. by one. UFC Jay been on fire. The show been on fire. We was on fire last year in football. We hope we're gonna bring that back to y'all this year. Make sure y'all jump on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever y'all see Bet Parlays, man. Make sure y'all go and bet them parlays.
I got something for you, man, because we're going to have the show later this week, bro. And I just want to let y'all know, man. And Ted know this. He's been doing this with me for a while. RoboCop fighting. And
Oh
you know,
yeah,
RoboCop fighting, man.
the
What
knockout's
he
coming.
used to say, dead or alive, you coming with me, bro. And I'm just
Yeah,
going to leave it at that.
yeah,
RoboCop fighting this week. So,
yeah.
main event.
And I don't know who Ted is, man, but make sure y'all bet.
I got to stop. Bro, I'm going to
Make
put it on
sure-
my screen. I don't know who he is either, bro.
Yeah, I don't know who
CEO,
that
my
is,
man.
man, but make sure y'all check us out, man. Make sure y'all tell smart, bet responsibly, and welcome to Bet Parlays, man. Peace.
Bye.